My cookies sweet like lollipops. Fresh in the morning, welcome to my candy shop. Mirukurate flavors on your lips. Sick going on a bubble tea trip. Going on a bubble tea trip.
Welcome back, everyone, to Akuno Highschool Spellclub. Last time, we got to meet the kids and were able to peer into their personal lives. We went through each of them to see how they discovered their magical talents, as well as their rather peculiar familiars. Then we made it back to right after the first day of school at the Spell Club itself. The students all got to meet each other and the teachers themselves, although the school's counselor, Sensei Yasukai, did most of the talking. That's when Sensei Inu took you outside for your very first lesson. Active spellcasting via a little bit of battle magic. Nice and safe. The lesson started out fairly controlled, with Ukyo, Seiko, and Sugimoto each getting a turn. Sensei Inu having to step in to stop Seiko from accidentally, almost decapitating a student with a bolt of wind. But then, when the sensei needed to take a phone call, the situation turned bad. The bully Kanashito decided to take a turn by fighting little old Mimi, and Kanashito did not look like he was going to pull his punches. As a bolt of black and red death rocketed towards Mimi, that's when Yoshiko sprang out of her hiding spot from nowhere and took the hit. A spell was then cast back onto Kanashito, not to harm, but to humiliate, earning the bully a rather unpleasant nickname in the process. Just as things looked like they may heat up, Sensei Inu returned and had everyone return to the classroom for a bit of a wrap-up for the day. At the request of Ukyo, some textbooks on practical magic were handed out a little earlier than planned, much to the chagrin of the class, so that you had something to read about for the situation. Finally, you got to go home, and your first day at Akuno High School Spell Club was done. Now, before we continue, does anyone have any thoughts to expand upon, maybe after they got home or anything like that? Maybe what their characters would be thinking.
I think Yoshiko wouldn't go straight home. She'd go consult with her dead grandma.
Okay. So Yoshiko heads off to the shrines, finding specifically her grandmother's shrine. And going there, it takes a few moments. At first, it's just the clear, bright day, because it's been a nice, clear, bright day all day. And at first, it seems fine, and nothing's there. But after a little while, once no one else is around, and it's just you, a bit of a breeze kicks up. Some leaves fluttering about, some flower petals as well, and that's when a few of the little spirits sort of like bounce out, and you can see just amongst in the shadows a sort of bluish outline of your grandmother coming out of the shadows.
So today was a lot.
Yes, dear, I worried about you. You are fragile in some ways, but I see strength in you.
Any advice? I don't know who to turn to. You were the person to talk to about this stuff.
She kneels in front of you, sort of like putting one hand gingerly on your shoulder, although you don't feel any weight or presence as she does, so much as just like a bit of an electrical tingle. And she looks into your eyes and she says, "It's going to be difficult. The only advice I can give you is nut the fuck up. You need a thick skin, dearie."
Oh, jeez. It's like holding back tears as she kind of like looks at her. It's just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this without you.
I'm still here, but you've got to know, the Takashiwa women, we are strong. We've always beat them into submission, and you can do it too.
You're right. I got this.
When I first found your grandfather, he didn't even want to go out with me. I had to hit him over the head with a rolling pin. Then he saw sense.
You know what? maybe we'll talk about consent later. I mean, I'm sure it's not really a thing for you at this point. Is he around? Like, do you still?
I was asking you, BHG, is your grandfather still alive?
No.
Okay, so he's passed as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you know him, off doing his own thing. Probably spirit fishing or something.
Yeah, that sounds like Grampy.
We get together for our tea and we still love each other very much. But we have eternity now.
Oh, that poor bastard. I mean, I miss you very much. And I will do you proud. I will do you proud. I will make you proud. So just watch, okay?
I have faith in you, Yoshiko. I joke about, needing to thicken and toughen up, but you're further along there than I think you realize.
Yoshiko, like sheds a tear and wipes it away. She takes out like half a cheese sandwich and just lays it at the shrine and says, for later,
I'm sure the little spirits will be very happy. And she puts her hand on like the other shoulder, the one that actually took the blast earlier, and she goes, "You're tougher than you think. You have to know this." And like you can feel your shoulders starting to feel better and like loosen up again. The burns like not being so touchy anymore.
Yeah, she won't even say anything. She'll just kind of like embrace that feeling, even though it's just like that electric feeling. But as the pain subsides and she knows that it's that love from her grandmother, she'll just kind of like just take it all in. And if like when her grandmother dissipates, she'll light some incense and leave the half a cheese sandwich there as her like kind of like little offering, and then do like a little bit of sweeping and chores around the shrines and stuff like that before she goes home.
Great, I love it.
Also, likely falling down the stairs in the process.
Yeah, it's like job well done. Okay. I love it. Is anyone else like? Would you have like a post-day wrap up? It's not needed or anything. Just if you had any ideas.
Ukyo would go home and go to his room and open up his books, and that's it.
Checks out. Okay.
I'd probably be in the yard practicing more. Just like, like setting up cans, trying to like shoot them off the like a pedestal or whatever. Actually, it'd probably be statues because my parents are dicks.
Pikachu statues just like lined up.
Yep, just like all these little Pikachu figurines and just
Pika F you. Wow. And then so you're like blasting them. At one point your father comes out, but he's so oblivious to you and your life. And like he's like looking at some like financial statements of his like most recent earnings that he doesn't even realize what you're doing despite standing next to you. He's just like, "Hey son, how's your day?"
I just walk away from him.
That's good. Good, my boy. And he like walks away as well.
Yeah.
Not even realizing he didn't speak.
Makes my guy a little more angry, and then just like maybe a slight explosion happens.
Like a bigger fireball, just like one of them just like shattering splinters.
Yeah.
Your father's like, "Ow, did I just get stung by a bee?"
Probably.
And what about Seiko? Do you just like go home and just like melt into your couch or something?
Yeah, but like first she tries to like make a sandwich with like magic, like with air magic from like far away, just to see if she can. Like she like flops onto the couch and then just tries to like open up the fridge, see if it works. Yeah, just immediately starts trying to use magic to just like be lazy.
Okay, you know what? I wanna see something here. I wanna see if this turns badly. So I'm gonna get you to make we are going to call this a brains roll.
Oh, nice.
It is magic, so you get to add your magic die, which is an additional D4.
Yeah.
And I don't believe you have any bonuses to brains. That's not your strong suit.
No.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
You wind up your wand, aim it towards the fridge, trying to open it up remotely, and the fridge begins to open. And you're like, yes, I did it! When you moments later, the fridge closes and you hear the little pitter-patter of your familiar walking away, like with another pre-made sandwich.
Oh, he made sandwich, nothing actually happened.
Yeah, it wasn't you that opened the fridge, it was your familiar. He didn't even realize you were trying to open the fridge.
She's like depressed that the magic didn't work, but like happy that there's a sandwich, and then oh hell yeah.
And I found you a little picture for your little samurai dude.
I like that.
Here's a little sandwich!
Like, pat him on the head and be like, thanks little buddy, and then like definitely just like meld back into the couch and like put her show on, like the newest episode of whatever anime she's watching.
Excellent. All right. So that's what you guys do for the rest of the night. Chilling, decompressing. It was a lot for your first day. You were thrown right into battle magics and everything. But you're hoping that the next day is going to be a lot easier on you. Because that's the way this is going to go, right? So you attend classes again on Tuesday. Once again, coasting through the day of your mundane, normal, real-world classes with the other Mondays, waiting to see the magical world of the Spellclub once again. Finally, that last bell rings, and you head towards room 3-1. Some of you walking with boredom or trepidation, some with a quicker pace out of excitement and exultation. Your magical school bags full of your wand, broom, familiar, and book. Today, you remember that today, you're going to learn something a little bit calmer. Potions and alchemy. That can't be any danger or anything, right? As you walk into room 3-1, a shimmering effect washes over you. You feel that same strange sensation of falling that you're coming to recognize as being pulled into the spirit world. Room 3-1 is no longer the same. Beakers, burners, iron pots, and glass jars full of an eclectic assortment of esoteric ingredients are everywhere. Sensei Snapu stands at the head of the room. As you enter, Snapu speaks up. You will not be sitting where you please today. I have paired you up in the following ways. Kanashito, Sugimoto, you will be together today. Kenji, Seiko, you will be together today as well. Maboshia, Ukyo, you will be partners. Yoshiko, Uriru, and finally, Mimi and Kazuo.
Yes, Sensei.
You guys sit down in your well-planned, very balanced teams. Kanashito looking at Sugimoto, the two eldest of the class, both with very similar hairstyles, both with their glasses, both kind of like with that tough demeanor. Although, Kanashito is also known as a bit of a smart, brainy boy on top of everything. Kind of gives you a bit of a sneer, Sugimoto. You better not weigh me down, Sugimoto.
Fine, just get this over with.
Seiko, Kenji he goes up beside you. He seems you haven't really spoken with him too much, but he looks at you straight in the eyes and he goes, "Let's do our best, shall we? Yeah."
So yeah, definitely.
We will win.
Knowing
We will
full
be
well
best.
that she's probably gonna be super lazy and like leave him to do like a lot of the work.
Aboshia and Ukyo. So you sit down together. She is leaning her chair back and she's like, she pulls out what you assume is supposed to be like her like binder for notes, but it's just got like a bunch of like random shuffled magazines in it and stuff, which she opens the binder and just starts like leafing through magazines, looks at you pulling some gum from her mouth, and she's like, so you're like gonna do most of this, right? Yeah, I think we both know what's gonna happen here. Yeah, we both. This is gonna get credit for your work.
I just don't want you to weigh me down.
Yeah. Whatever. Just don't mess up, okay? I need this grade. You messed up, and we're gonna have a meeting after school.
Are you done talking?
Whatever.
And he goes open his books and starts like looking through anything about potions and stuff. He wants out of this social situation. He doesn't care. He doesn't do everything as long as she doesn't talk to him.
Yoshiko, you sit with Utaru. Now you actually have I wouldn't say a lot of history with him, but you went to like primary school with him, and you remember him not always being a bully. He's definitely got some sort of mental delayed difficulties of some kind, but he's a very large gentleman. It's only in the recent years that you have been astounded to find out that he has become a bully. But he sits down next to you, just sort of like kicking your chair a little bit so that you almost fall flat as you sit.
Yoshiko does fall.
Okay.
Like the chair fully like slides through, and Yoshiko just like falls right on her ass, and it's like, ah!
Like feet like white like up. Utaru looks like she's like
So normally like a regular person would respond at this point, but she's gone into full internal monologue. Like, all right, Yoshiko, you heard Grandma. You gotta nut up. You gotta like just fully like giving herself a pep talk. But like staring blankly into space.
So like it's one of those things. The entire class is, you don't realize at first because you're in your own space. The entire class is just watching Yoshiko like basically lay under the desk and chair. The chair like somewhat over your head, just kind of there. And and at one point you do like a little like fist bump thing as you're like getting yourself all marked up, and then like a cloud passes overhead. Like the room gets a bit darker until you realize it's not. It's just that the teacher's standing over you, looking down on you and being like, Yoshiko.
What? Yes, Sensei Snape. Oh, yes. Hi.
Yes, hello. Yoshiko, you can sit. Yes, are you okay?
She stands up. She says, yeah, that really hurt. She looks at Utaru and she's like, really? Sits down in the chair, and like still like with that like monologue going in the back of her head while she's like interacting and like everybody's talking with her. Pumps the one fist and like, all right, let's do this, okay?
Okay, let's do this. I'm not letting you hold me back though.
All right. I will try to do my best. In her head, she's like, for Graham.
I love it. Today you're going to be learning a variety of potions. Potions, I dare say, are one of the more important things you can do. You don't always have the ability or strength to cast a spell, but if you have a potion upon you, you have a spell ready. Yes? Good. Today we will start with one of the most important potions, a healing potion. Yes. In front of you, and he waves his hand, and there's like a little like as like a bunch of these like it's a much thinner notebook sort of like appears, 5 of them, one on each of the pair's desks. Before you is a recipe book for what we are doing today. Follow them as instructions and rotes, and you will not go wrong. Make a single mistake, and things could happen. Now, I will be wandering, and you feel free to ask any questions. I might answer you. Work on your potions. And he's like, the books open themselves to like the first page, which just says potion of healing. And then it starts to give you like detailed instructions. And it's not like a recipe you'd find online where you got to learn like their life history to get to the recipe. It actually starts the recipe right away.
Huh.
So we're going to start with Kanashito and Sugimoto. So the two eldest, sort of like most stubborn, strong, like stubborn types together. How are you dealing with this?
I think I'm gonna read while he does it.
So as you go to pick up the book, he actually places his hand there at the same time, and he's like, maybe I should read.
You read?
Yes.
Well, so could I, and I'll just grab the book.
Okay, he's also holding on to the book. So, can I get I want to say this is a brawn check. It's a mundane check, so if you have any bonus in your stat. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's enough. Like one of the pages starts to tear a little bit, but eventually he lets go before too much damage happens to the book. It was one of those like a little bit of tugs of war. Like he wasn't gonna let go until the book started to give, and then he let go. Fine. It's better if you read anyways, I think. What's the first ingredient in this?
And I'll list it off.
Okay, we'll go with cinnamon then. Because it could be anything. It could be anything. So we're going to go with cinnamon. So you look in front of you, there's a variety of different canisters. And it just says powdered cinnamon. And there's a couple of different like brown powders and stuff in front of you. So he looks at a few of them and then just picks one of them without opening it and just like takes it. He gets like a little bit of like a little like measuring spoon thing, gives the amount that you say he should, and he puts it in.
Is it the right one?
Yeah, it's of course the right one. You said cinnamon. I chose cinnamon.
I'm gonna check it.
All right, roll a brains roll for me. 8. Okay. That was not cinnamon. You think he just put cumin in there?
Is it a beaker we're using?
Right now, you're kind of putting everything in like a mortar and pestle.
Okay. I'm going to clean that out and be like, oh, you're useless. And I'll clean it out and then I'll look for the right one. Okay.
You easily just like going like smelling it ahead of time instead of just choosing. You get cinnamon. This unmistakable cinnamon to it, and yeah, you're able to like pull out the one spoonful or whatnot. But I would actually like you to make a grit roll for me, please. Okay. As you're doing that, he sort of yoinks the book out of your hands. A quick one. He's like, "I'll read the next one."
Well, yeah, you clearly can't figure out what the ingredients are, so.
Nonsense. First one's gonna be on you. We're just making sure I'm keeping you on your toes. The second ingredient is going to be the wings of a dragonfly.
You sure about that? And I'm gonna try and peek over into the book.
This is my turn, sir. Wings of a dragonfly.
Hey, this could be dangerous. I'm not gonna do it unless you let me see it.
You're not? And he says really loudly, "You're not gonna mix the potions with me?"
Not if you don't let me see the book.
So as the sensei looks at you like, now, work together. One of you read, one of you get the ingredients. You heard the sensei. Wings of a dragonfly. Two
Is there
of
a
them.
way I could, like, I may have read the next ingredient without knowing?
I'll give you a brains roll. There is a very, like, a lot of times you scan the page. Let's see if you remember it.
Yeah.
You think you remember wings. You can't remember if it was dragonfly or not, but you do remember it was something about wings next, yes.
Just remember, this is both our grade.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the wings of a dragonfly and put them in.
Okay, all right. Well, you heard the sensei. One person reads, one person mixes, so I'll just keep the book here for now. The powdered heart of a fox. I believe it's that red one there. 1 tablespoon.
I'll determine that. And I'll look and try and find powdered heart of a fox.
Okay, yeah, there's like a small roll of little vials of little powdered like hearts of like different things. You find one of a fox with like just enough in it.
Yeah, I'll measure it out and put it in.
Okay, so you measure it out, you put it in. Everything seems to be working out fairly good so far. It says here you should mix 13 times clockwise in the mortar and pestle. Pour it into the beaker with 1/2 of a draft of water.
Draft of water?
That's what it says here, 1/2 of a draft of water.
How much is a draft?
I'm just telling you what's written here. You're the one doing the ingredients.
Can I determine what a draft is?
I'll give you a brains roll for that to see. It's kind of a esoteric 5. You've got a rough guess. You're thinking like, you know, like a draft of beer or something like that. You think you kind of have a rough guess on how much it should be, but you're not certain it's exact.
I'll do the instructions he said. Like, was it? Mix it 13 times and then put the water and the stuff into a beaker.
Okay, all right. So you mix it 13 times. You put the water and everything into the beaker, and you kind of like swirl it around, mix it up and stuff, and it begins to glow a red, that's when he sets the book down and like to look at it and see what's going on there. It does begin to froth up a little bit, and it seems to be sort of mixing and becoming magical in some ways.
I'm gonna quickly look at the book while he put it down.
It's once again cinnamon, powdered heart of a fox, wings of a fly.
Wait, wings of a fly?
Oh, that may be different. Yes. And as you're sitting there, that's when your potion begins to darken and turn black. Did you want to try and do anything last second? Just like that you think like just dump anything in it to try and balance it, or maybe just like dump the potion, or like is there anything you'd like to try last second to fix this?
Maybe try and put the wings of a fly in.
Okay, all right. So last second, you're gonna put the wings of a fly in, see if it works. Make a brains roll to see if you can like try to suss out maybe what you want to do to balance this. 8. That's not bad. Actually, that's not bad. So it says 2 wings of a fly. You end up saying no. I need to counterbalance this. So you actually end up putting 3 wings of a fly in to just try and balance it. Kanashito actually kind of sits back, folding his arms, looking a little bit upset, and goes, "Huh. Good job."
Seems like you can't read.
The potion, it doesn't go as bright red as the description says it should. It's more of a dark crimson red. But Sensei Snapu actually comes over to you and goes, not bad, not according to instructions, but I dare say this one will not only heal you of wounds, but maybe of a cough for common cold. Very good, Sugimoto. Very ingenious. Keep this
like
up.
A grin to Kanashito, just be like,
Kanashito, I saw what you were doing there. Please stick with the instructions in the future, yes? Yeah, Sensei, sorry. Scribbled, it was a little hard to read. I thought it was dragonfly and it was just fly. Sure. He goes back to, like, wandering the classroom. Seiko, you're here with Kenji, who he's got like that had like hero complex, like he's gonna try his best in everything and stuff like this. So he looks at you. Azuma-chan, so do you want to read or do you want to mix?
I'm not really good at reading. Let me mix.
You'll mix, okay. All right. Let's see here. So this is cinnamon. Cinnamon. We need cinnamon. Get some cinnamon. One teaspoon.
Teaspoon?
Yes.
Alright, she'll like grab a teaspoon. She knows what cinnamon is because, you know, she cooks for herself all the time when the parents are out working. So
Okay.
Knows what cinnamon is. Just grabs a teaspoon, just like dumps it into whatever they're mixing it in a mortar and pestle, you said?
Yeah,
so, like,
mortar and pestle.
pour it in there?
Before you mix it in, I'm actually going to give you a brains roll for 1 second.
Okay. Here we go.
Just to see if you've noticed something. You don't notice shit. It's cinnamon. It's great. So yeah, you put a teaspoon of cinnamon in. First ingredient so far, so good. He looks and he's like, oh, this is weird. 2 wings of a fly.
2 wings of a...
2 wings of a fly.
Like, look at... Are the ingredients like laid out somewhere? She's gonna like look at the ingredients, like wings of a fly. What do fly wings look like?
You know, like probably that one there, and he like there's like a couple jars with like different like little wings in it, and they are labeled. They have like little
they are?
paper. Yeah, they have little paper labels. At least on the wings, on the different dusts, they aren't for some reason. But on the animal parts, they are labeled.
Yeah, she's gonna like look for the wings of a fly. It was 2, you said?
Yeah, two wings of a fly.
Alright, she's gonna like rifle through all of them and find 2 and pull 2 individual wings, or like 2 flies worth of wings?
No, it says 2 wings of a fly. So I'm assuming just 2 wings?
Okay. So like grab 2 and...
We're doing good. We're doing great. And he like puts his hand out as like a high five.
She like lazily high fives him because she doesn't want to put any effort into anything.
He like slowly goes there, kind of like slides your hand down it. He's like, that was
yeah.
That was weird. Okay, and then the powdered heart of a fox on a tablespoon.
The powders aren't labeled?
That's not. That is not. No, sorry. The animal parts, yes, that would be labeled.
Okay, alright. Yeah, so then how much was it?
Teaspoon.
Teaspoon? Okay, I should grab a teaspoon and just like dump it in and now what, do we mix it?
I think so. And he's not like holding the book away from you, like he's showing you the book as well. Did you want to double check? I know I'm supposed to be reading this to you, but we got to do our best.
Yeah, let me double check, you know. We wouldn't want to like, I don't know, accidentally blow up the classroom, you know?
Yeah.
Like start reading through the book.
Go roll a brains roll just to see, like, double check his work, because like you're not the most proficient at this either. Seems decent. I mean, yeah, it's teaspoon of this, teaspoon of that, and a couple of wings, and it looks like you're supposed to. Then you mix it 13 times clockwise and pour it in with half a draft of water.
All right. Do you want? So 13 times clockwise and then half a draft of water. I'll get the water. Do you want to start mixing?
Okay, all right. 1, 2, 3, and he's like super epic with it. You can see like the background darkening, and he's like 4, 5, 6. You can hear him yelling as you go into the get some water from the water fountain.
Yeah.
You come back and he's like 13. A little lightning bolt behind him.
like holds the water. Yeah, I got water. Woo! Like
yes. And he's like, how goes to high five you again?
Just like the exact same reaction. Like high fives back, but just super lazy. Like
just touches it. Like, oh, why?
Yeah.
Why are you sweaty?
I just went to get water. It was a long walk.
Oh, okay. It's just outside the classroom. Okay, yeah, well, here we go. And mix! Woo! So he like pours in the powder, you pour in the water, and it begins to deepen into a reddish color. It's actually more of like a light pink at this point, and it doesn't actually seem to deepen any more than that. It's still that like sort of like subdued pinkish color, and you see it starting to swirl faster and faster and faster. This doesn't seem to be what the book says it's supposed to do. Is there anything you would do in reaction, like a different ingredient, more ingredients, just trying to like dump it or do something with it?
Seiko's gonna go get like Stapu and be like, hey, our potion's doing something weird. We followed the instructions to a T. I don't know what went wrong.
It's like starting to actually shudder back and forth on the desk, like moving around as this like liquid's like spinning quickly. He's like, you'd better fix it then,
Well, does the book tell us how to fix it?
A certain degree of magic is intuition, my dear. Use your gut.
Hey Kenji, can you read the book again and see if what?
Yeah.
What does it say anything about pink?
1 teaspoon of this CTBSP of cinnamon, and then 2 wings, and then 1 teaspoon TBSP of the heart.
That's tablespoon, and like Seiko's just gonna grab like 2 teaspoons and just start scooping like extra teaspoons into the potion of whatever.
Roll another brains for me. Brains or grit, depending on like whether you're trying to carefully measure it or you're just like tossing things in with your gut.
Let's do grit.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. So you're just like, oh, whatever, and you just like you throw a couple of teaspoons of each in, and the thing starts to like the whole desk begins to shake, and the beaker actually begins to crack. The sensei's like, stand back. As the
it was gonna be like, yo, open a window and just try to like throw it out the window.
Okay, so you grab it and you like go to throw it out. Roll a fight check for me.
A fight?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, let's see here. Oh, nice.
Awesome. Sugimoto and Kanashito are the ones that are closest to the windows. Kanashito just kind of leans back, but he is not opening a window. Sugimoto, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'll open the window.
Okay, so you go to open a window, and so you like slam this window open, and Seiko, you huck this thing through the adjacent window, just this loud like crash as it goes through, and you see like parts of the panes of glass that are still like in the frame actually melting with like a.
Seiko just like, with her hands like just kind of like, well, that's that, eh? What's my grade, Sensei?
He goes over to your book and like seems to pull this stamp out from nowhere and just like go BAM! There's like a big red F like on that page.
Seiko's like,
So like I see this happen like right by my head, right? So I'm like looking at this melting glass, and I'm doing that whole like thing with my eyes, like the what the fuck just happened? Like,
even Kanashito, who like leaned back for this, realized that this like acid or something was just thrown over top of him. Like, even looks at you and he's like, "Oh, wow."
Now you get why we have to do this, right?
Maybe, yeah. Wow, we wouldn't have screwed up as badly as they have.
Seiko like look at Kenji and be like, Have you never cooked before?
It's okay. We did our best. Yeah.
And she just like, yeah, and does like the lazy high five with him, I guess. Team, we tried.
He like puts his hand up again, and you do that thing where you're just like sliding your palm down his palm, and he's like, oh. Going on to Mabashia and Ukyo, realizing what's going on, that one of you has to read and one of you has to mix. Mabashia looks at you and goes, like, what do you want to do? Which one? Do you want to read or you want to mix?
I'm doing both. You stick away. And he takes the book and starts getting the ingredients himself.
There's like a smack on your desk as this like paper fan from the sensei is like, one read, one mix. Or you fail. So like, what do you want?
He's just he doesn't want to give up this book. This is his specialty. he's like he'll be like, fine, I'll read.
Okay, all right. And she like takes an arm and like all the bottles were like neatly like lined up in rows and stuff, but she takes an arm and like huddles them all together towards her, kind of mixing them up. And like gets a bunch of like the different measuring spoons and stuff and just like puts them in a cup. She's like, oh, I'm like ready.
2 wings of a fly, 1 draft of water, a tablespoon of a heart of a fox, 1 he just starts reading it off really fast, like he's just not even waiting for her.
Okay, all right.
There's 13 times clockwise, boil to medium heat.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I got this. And
1 tablespoon of basilisk oil, 1 cup of Virginia water, 3 stems from freshly picked rose.
So she's putting all these like random ass like ingredients in, as you've listed them off in that order. And she sits there as this clear liquid sits in it. It does not turn red, and it smells vaguely of almonds.
Interesting. Ukyo will like look to see if the sensei's watching them, because he low-key wants to like toss this out and just do it himself sneakily while no one's looking, because he is like determined.
Okay. I am going to say we'll give you a brains. Okay, you want to do the stealthy bit. That's going to be a flight.
Oh,
okay, all right. So, once again, like probably Sugimoto and Kanashito are like at it again, like probably like touching foreheads, being like in the corner, being like the 2 strong-headed like males in the room. And so, at that moment when the sensei is like turned around, you have a moment where you think you are free.
He'll like low-key like just toss out whatever in the cauldron into like the nearest trash bin and just like start adding the ingredients himself as soon, like just really quickly, like the 2 wings of a fly, half a draft of water, 1 tablespoon heart of a fox, 1 I wrote down everything. Oh gosh. Stir 13 times.
Okay. All right. Roll.
And a tablespoon of cinnamon.
Now you're although you're meticulous, you're also a little bit intense about this and like going back and forth, and you're mixing and reading at the same time. So I would still like a brains roll, even though you know the ingredients, just to see 100%. If like in your nervousness and trying to rush it before the sensei sees you mixing a second time.
Very fair.
Oh, okay.
13.
That's actually pretty good. Okay, so you sprinkled it in and like you're like cinnamon, wings of a fly, like powdered heart of a fox, half a draft after 13 times mixed, and poof, you two. So it starts to actually turn red, like a cherry red, looking pretty good. And once again, Sensei, like he's walking around the classroom, he gets a little bit sidetracked by Mimi and Kazuo, their desk like lighting on fire for a moment.
Oh my god.
And just as he does that, Maboshia actually pushes your beaker into the trash can.
That's the exact noise he makes.
Sensei, Ukyo didn't want to do this. Ukyo, what seems to be the issue here? Why are there several concoctions in the bin?
We wanted to do a test run.
He smells it and he's like, one of them is a healing potion and the other one almonds. The other one's cyanide.
He looks at her really like annoyed, like an eyebrow twitch, just like barely like it's really going off his head, and he's like, the first one we did a test run to make sure we knew all the ingredients. The second one was the actual healing potion. And it got tossed into the bin.
Like a very light like thwap on your forehead with this paper fan, and he's like, "Don't waste ingredients. I will give you one more chance. No test runs."
And then he's just gonna look at Mobia and just be like, "Do you want to hold the book and read, and I will mix?"
Well, I already called. I was mixing.
But what if we switched?
No
I'm
switching.
sure you're great at
You've chosen your roles. You must learn to work together.
He's just gonna like lean to her. It's like, "Do you want a really good grade?"
She actually like leans in closer to you and goes, "My daddy's rich."
So that means you do want a good grade to make him happy, because then he'll give you lots of money to celebrate.
No, I'm just gonna inherit. I'm doing this for fun. Anywho, 3 tablespoons of cinnamon.
It's 1 tablespoon of...
So like the sensei's off busy doing, like he's like looking elsewhere again, and he's off doing his own things. Is there like she's puts in the right ingredients but in the wrong amounts? Is there there anything you'd be doing to try and like rectify this?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He'd be like trying to like, you know, move the like beaker around and trying to get like the exact amount in against her wishes. Like, you know, like he's just moving it and she's just like, trying to put it in, kind of thing.
Okay.
Like he's physically like, stop.
So you're like smacking powder away, or like shoveling some of it out, stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to allow you Okay, you can either do it brains to do it methodically and smart and make sure it's done right, or you can do flight to try and do it, say, like quickly, and in a more like subtle manner.
Ooh, I'm gonna go brains again.
Okay.
I feel like that's gonna bite me in the butt, but I'm gonna do brains. Yeah, I saw that coming.
Okay. So 7. So you managed to get the formula right, and the entire mixture ends up being that cherry red that you're looking for. You're the first person to have mixed a successful healing potion. But the sensei comes over and he's like, "You weren't supposed to help mix. Half grade."
Wait, can I use innocence? Once per session at the GM's discretion, you may spend 2 AT to convince an adult to not get you in trouble for a minor transgression.
Oh. Yes. Okay, go ahead and spend 2 adversity tokens.
Yes.
How are you? What are you saying to convince him?
I'm gonna look at him and be like, "She has a mobility issue and can't control her arms, so I thought I'd help."
She doesn't say anything. She just goes, The sensei goes, "It is good to help your fellow spellcasters. Fine, full grade."
Yeah. Thank you, Sensei. And he just like breathes really heavy. He's like leaning over the table, like so he ran like a mile, like.
Maboshi actually like takes the healing potion and like actually drinks part of it, and she's like, "It doesn't taste like cherries."
I'm glad we got this grade. Thank you for working with me on this.
She's like puts her arm around your neck. She's like, "Besties."
Ugh. And he like leans away, like, kill me now, please.
So Yoshiko and Udaru, he like looks towards you, like he like looking at the book and then looking at all the ingredients, looking at the teacher, looking at the book, looking at the ingredients.
Yoshiko actually scans it real quick so that she sees what the ingredients are, tucks her hair behind her ear as she looks up, like kind of like blushing towards Udaru, and goes, "Do you want to read, Udaru?"
Yeah. Read, I'm in charge, so I'll read.
Sounds good. I think we'll do a great job.
Yeah. Okay. 1 spoon of Canada.
Okay, yeah. And
Okay.
she will put in 1 tablespoon of cinnamon.
Okay. 2 wings.
2 wings?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 wings, got it. And she'll put in the 2 wings of a fly.
Half a draft of fox.
Oh, that's half a draft of fox? Okay, let's see here. And she'll put in the tablespoon of a heart of a fox.
Okay. Stir it real fast.
Oh, yeah, gotta go real fast. And she'll stir it the 13 times.
And lots of water.
Oh, yeah, we gotta make sure it's hydrated, right, Udaru? And she'll put in the half of the draft of water.
Okay. What I would like, I would like a charm roll from you. Just like he's not the swiftest, but he's not as dumb as people think he is. So I just want you, since you're like pulling one over and on his ingredients, make a charm roll for me.
100% can do. Oh wait, I don't roll it from the sheet, I just roll it from my bar.
Yeah. And I believe you had a 1 bonus?
Yeah, I get a +1 on the charm.
Sweet. Okay, so 16. He is completely clueless that anything has gone on here. It looks like he's probably one of the easier people to have teamed up with, especially with what you did. So he looks and he's like, for a moment there, he's frustrated at something, although you can't quite tell what, before he finally actually kind of like does like a very forceful like pat on your back and goes, "You did real good.
I had a great instructor. Thank you."
Yeah. I lead it.
You should take the lead more often, Udaru.
Nah. Kanashto says I would be bad at it.
Oh, you mean Kanash shitbag? I mean, I showed him.
No, I don't make fun of him. He helped me when everyone else bullied me. Kanashito's a good guy. You shut up about Kanashito. You gave him bad name.
You know what? You're right. And Yoshiko is going to stand up and walk over to Kanashito and say, like bow and say, "I apologize for the way I acted."
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Sugimoto, you're there, like, probably having some other, like, asinine argument with Kanashito again. When all of a sudden, Yoshiko comes over, and Kanashito, like, after you say that, Yoshiko, just sits there, like, the gears of his brain skipped. Like, what? And he looks like he wants to be angry, but he's not sure at what.
Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm very overwhelmed, and in spite of the fact that you were being very aggressive towards somebody who I think needed the help, I shouldn't have taken that anger and that overwhelming feeling out on you. And I apologize. I'm sorry.
It's nothing. Whatever. It didn't bother me.
Okay.
Thanks, I guess.
Shouldn't waste your breath on this moron.
As you're walking by, Kenji actually like puts his hand out for a high five, and he's like, "That was heroic."
she'll totally, she won't leave him hanging. She'll like shyly high five him as she walks by back to her desk.
Like the smack like rings through the classroom, like. You hear like Mimi in the corner's like, "Whoa, yeah!" Kazuo, they're a very like quiet person themselves, and they're like, whatever. But everyone else seems to be, except for like Maboshia, who gives like a sneer, like almost like the whole like pointing at her eyes, pointing at you thing, like, "I'm looking at you, I'm watching you."
Oh, I just. Like, look up, see that she's looking, and then look down, like, full blush.
But as you come back, Uru, he didn't seem to understand what was happening at first, but after you came back and he realized, like, it took a moment to sink in, he's like, "Thank you. I know he is hard on people sometimes, but he's good for those that need it, and he was my hero."
She just nods. She just like nods in understanding. She just doesn't say anything else. She realized that she has drawn attention to herself, and now like is like
melts and you're like under your desk.
Yeah, Yeah, like there's nowhere she can go. She's in the middle of the class. She can't leave. She just has to.
And the desk behind you is actively melted and on fire. So, Mimi and Kazuo they hold the what is left of their book out, and then the sensei just comes over with his stamp and he's like, "Failed."
Seiko sees that they failed, and she's like, "Yes, not the only one."
So, the sensei, he goes around and he goes, "Your first potion, let's just say I was disappointed in the majority of you, but it was your first. But I think a lot of you have learned your lessons. Let's try something a little more complicated. This one involves a little bit of ingenuity on your part, because no two of this potion are exactly alike. So you're going to need to use a little bit of your intuition. Now we're going to make a potion of transmogrification, which you will test yourselves. And you're going to choose what it transmogrifies you into. Good luck." And we're going to start with Yoshiko and Ururu. Technically, we're starting with Mimi and Kazuo, but they seem to be doing their own thing, just tossing the stuff in.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like there's kind of they give you a couple elements as a base, which aren't important, like some water and a few other little things. But then it says to put in a couple ingredients of your own that you have a gut feeling about that might be good. So, Yoshiko, how did you want to do this? So you can work together on this, or you can take the lead.
Yoshiko has been through so many painful moments. She's had so many broken bones, and she looks at Ururu confidently, and she says, "Go ahead and pick some ingredients, Ururu. Let them speak to your heart, and whatever you choose, I will let you transform me into."
How we should take turns. I think we should work together.
Okay.
I'm going to start with chocolate. I didn't have lunch.
Okay, little in the potion and have a bite yourself.
Yeah, he puts some chocolate in, takes a bite and goes, "Oh, no sugar."
Oh, yeah, the high cacao. I am going to choose this Ash of Phoenix.
Oh, bird dust. Okay. So you put some Ash of Phoenix in, and what is it you're envisioning this potion of transmogrification is going to result in? That you're aiming towards?
Yoshiko is focused on a full magical girl transformation, so she's not she doesn't really know, but at the same time she knows,
Okay.
She picked the Ash of Phoenix because she thought it sounded majestic.
All right. Okay. And so Ururu, after squinting and concentrating real hard at the book, says there should be 3. You should go next.
But I just went.
Yeah, and I started, so you finish.
Okay. She's going to look over all these ingredients and say, "There's so much." And she's going to close her eyes and say, "All right, Grandma, you take the lead." And she's going to randomly put her hand into the bin and just grab one.
Okay, I want you to make a grit roll, but I want it to be a magic roll.
100%.
So you get any magic bonus you have, plus your D4 for the magic die.
What is my grit? I believe it's a D10. Yes, it is. Grit roll. Well, that's pretty good. And then, sorry, what do I get to add to it? For the magic die is
the magic die is the D4.
D4. 10.
10, and then do you have any magic? You have a +1 bonus from your magic on grit too, so 11.
Yes, I do.
That is pretty good. Task success is impressive. You normally have to be skilled to reach it. Okay, I like it. Okay.
Because I want this to be a majestic magical girl transformation, I'm going to use my 4 adversity tokens to make that a 15.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So the potion, like, it mixes together, and you hear like a poof as you get this, like, it's like a mixture of a blue, purple, and cyan potion, where, like, it's got that, like, almost like oily feeling to it, where, like, the 3 colors aren't fully mixing together, but there's, like, little sparkles and stuff going throughout it as well, with this, like, pink foam sort of, like, bubbling out of the top of it.
She looks up at Utero and says, "All right, down the hatch."
He actually, like, grasps your wrist for a second. He's like, what if it's not safe? Maybe Utero should drink it. I'm tough.
I appreciate your bravery, but I'm pretty clumsy, and I think that if this is anything that's going to hurt, I can take it. You saw me take that blast, like.
You see him.
I've got it.
You see him look across the room, where Kanashido actually looks up at him, and you just see like a very slight like shake no, and Uduru actually lets go of your wrist, and he goes, "Okay."
She looks and she goes, "I know you're tough enough to take it on, but I have to prove this to my family."
Okay.
And she downs it.
All right. So you like down this potion, and it tastes like gumdrops and candy floss and happiness. And as you do so, like the full like the background washes out to become like yellow and pink sparkles, and like the camera spins around you, and the whole shebang. You're like, your hair's redone, your makeup's redone, your clothes change, and you get this full like. Describe to me exactly what you look like at this point. You get a full magical girl like transformation.
Yeah, so she's got like the full like Sailor Scout outfit, but it's got like the flair of like the phoenix as that like component. So like the dress flares out to have like these beautiful like fucking phoenix wings, and like the same with like the wings of the arms, and like she gets this beautiful headband that has like these like phoenix feathers for like the fucking like, you know, like the earpiece, and like fucking her hair turns from purple to like kind of like a red with purple streak through it.
So yeah, you finish that, and you're like, "Hoo-ching!" And there's like sparks, and then there's a little bit of a fanfare from you have no idea where. As you like, you find yourself standing on the desk, everyone like laser focused on you, in this new like outfit.
I feel like the potion gives her that confidence. She's you know, she's in the other, you know, the costume, right?
Okay.
She's got that costume confidence. So
and you rolled so well with what you got, that I want to say that like you brewed more than you needed to. So not only have you made this like epic potion, but I'm going to say you had enough that you had leftovers. So if you want to write in your like character's like inventory that you have another one of these like magical girl like confidence building potions in your inventory.
Oh my god, yes.
As backup, you can.
We're going to call it the Confident Phoenix Magical Girl Transformation Potion.
And you, as you look behind you, you realize that Mimi and Kazuo have finished their potion, and Mimi has drank it and has actively lit herself on fire, but doesn't seem to be feeling it. She's just standing there very depressed as a second desk that was brought to them has now melted on the ground.
They're in flames?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna like reach out with her hands and be like, Phoenix Flame! She's going to like wash it over with some kind of weird flame power and then like suck it all back into herself.
Okay, yeah, so you like do this, and this like bird like comes out, like washes over her, like extinguishing the fires by basically like burning the fires away. As she looks at you, like slightly singed, some of her hair around the edges like gone and whatnot, just goes and like smoke comes out. Two desks near them melted into slag. Sensei Sneepo coming over and being like, "File!" But he like comes up to you, and Uduru, he's like, "But you, excellent job. Pass with credit."
Ah, yeah, let's go.
Ukyo and Maboshia, So it's your turn. You're going through this. You sort of wrestling back and forth on the ingredients that you were, as you see Yoshiko and Udaru like finish this like awesome potion for extra credit, Ukio. So what are you doing?
So he's gonna be looking over the ingredients because he actually wants to make this for Maboshi to drink, but he doesn't want to be mean. So he's looking them over, and he's looking at ones like either for like that has like a cat whiskers to put in because he wants to turn her into a cat girl.
Okay.
So he's gonna look at her and he's gonna be like, "How about you drink the potion this time?"
I'll drink the potion if I'm the one that actually puts the ingredients in.
Don't I have to put the ingredients in?
We get to decide on the ingredients. You tell me what's in it, I'll put it in.
Fine.
Okay. What's the first ingredient?
2 cat whiskers.
Whiskers from a tiger. Got it. Puts it in.
1 cup of Virginia water.
1 cup of water. I don't think we have any water from Virginia.
It's fine. We'll just use water.
Okay.
1 milk of the puppy.
Let's see here. Yes, of course. Milk of the wolf. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to be transformed into something that'll get Kaneshito's attention?
She actually she gives one of those like darting glances to him and then back before she realizes she's doing it almost, and then tries to play it off like whatever, who cares, why would I want his attention?
We could make you into something really cool that would get everyone to look at you, especially a certain someone, and be wow if you work with me on this.
I mean, I want a good grade.
You don't care about grades. You said that earlier. You're rich.
Whatever, shut up. Choose it. Yeah.
Just go along with it, okay?
Fine.
Let's restart this. Trust me on this.
All right. And she waits till the sensei's not there and just goes over the shoulder towards Mimi and Kazuo that are trying to do a second attempt. Lights a new beaker on fire
And so you just whatever. It's time to go back to the book. So he's gonna look at the book and he's gonna try and find the proper ingredients to put in there. Some crushed rose quartz, a tablespoon.
Okay. Crushed as it puts in.
3 stems from a freshly picked rose.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're gonna bring it boil to a medium heat, and then we're gonna add some 1 cup of water.
Okay.
We're going to add 2 cat whiskers in.
Oh, all right. The third ingredient is cat whiskers.
And we're going to ground up 1 rabbit's foot and add that in.
A 4th ingredient. All right.
Trust me. This will help make it look even more
She takes you by the collar. She's like, you better not fuck me.
I'm not into that.
She does the rabbit's foot thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, and what is it you're envisioning that this is supposed to turn her into?
I wanted to do God, have you ever seen that anime of where the girls turn into cat girl stuff, just cat ears and a long tail and a cute puffy kind of maidish dress? Okay,
all right. So you're just trying to turn her into cute cat girl thing.
Yeah, just because I thought that might help get Kaneshito's attention.
Okay. All right.
Who doesn't like a cat girl, right?
So you in theory, having read manga and probably watched in a darkened room numerous animes about cute cat girls, know what you want her to turn into. We're going to apply a brains in this case. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a brains roll.
Okay. Oops. No, I can't.
And I do want to remind people, because this is something that I've been forgetting about because I'm not a player. If you fail rolls, don't forget you get extra adversity tokens every time you fail. So remember, if you fail to roll, you get an adversity token. So don't forget to add those to your character sheets.
I was really hoping I could re-roll it, but I can't. Darn.
No, there's no rerolls. Adversities in this game is just to make it better.
All right, I'll spend a token to bring it up to 6 at least.
Okay, 6.
Yes,
that will actually make a bit of a difference. Okay, so it
That
didn't.
fourth ingredient.
So she takes it, and it's got like this like almost like tiger striped sort of like look to the liquid itself, which looks pretty interesting. And she looks at you, and she's like squinting like daggers from the eyes type thing. She's like, this better be good. And then she downs it back, and there's like a and it's not exactly as you imagined. You were trying to go for like the whole like kind of like sexy buxom like type of thing. Instead, it's still just her, but she got like some cat ears. Her hands are kind of paw like. She got a little bit of a cat feature to the face, and she's got like a tail.
So cute.
Which it works, not to the effectiveness that you wanted, but it did work. Looking in the mirror, she'll look at you and she'll like, not bad, kid.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like a cat girl, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, go show Kaneshito.
She like looks at him, and he actually like looks over at her and goes, and like looks away, and she's just like, no, who cares about him?
Well,
what would I care?
Yeah. Anyways, and he goes back to his book, trying to like look through, like, what ingredient did I get wrong? Darn it! I thought I did this right.
But the sensei will come over, and he's like, well done, Ukyo. Boshia. Very well done. Pass.
He's like slightly sulking because he wanted that extra grade.
Yeah,
how come Yoshiko gets this extra grade and not me?
You're looking at Yoshiko in the corner, who's literally glowing and sparkling.
How did the class idiot get a better grade than me?
Now going over to Seiko and Kenji. So Kenji's once again, he's like, we're gonna do our best, yeah, and like high five again.
Seiko's like, look, we just have to do better than Mimi and Kazuo, and like point over to like the bunch of flaming desks that they've now like amassed, and just
also Kazuo seems to have turned into a small lizard of some kind, and Mimi's like,
it's on fire
it's
too,
supposed
probably.
to be beautiful.
Every time they start a new fire, Yoshiko is like flying around, like sucking them up.
Yeah, the lizard like bursts into flames, and you're like, no, and he's back to being Kuzo again.
You just hear like, I've got
it. Don't worry, we're gonna do our best, and we're gonna be the best in the class.
I think Yoshiko's got that, but we can go for second best. Or best, whatever. Shoot for the stars and all that.
I
Seiko
believe
said.
in us. We're heroes.
I think we're just high schoolers, but yeah.
I'm gonna be a hero. I'm gonna be a firefighter, or a police officer, or something equally as heroic.
Why not like a wizard that saves people?
Even better. Good idea. You're gonna be a leader.
Yeah, probably, to be honest with you.
That's where all the lazy people go.
yeah.
So, what do you think we should put in this that will make us super awesome?
Well, Kenji, do you have any ideas? I was thinking, like, I don't know, jalapenos, maybe?
Yeah, I'm not good with spicy food, but, I mean, we could try it.
No? Really? I love spicy.
Wait, which one of us is gonna drink it?
It's gonna turn us into... What is it turning us into?
Oh, I don't know.
Hero? You wanted it to turn us into a hero, so, like, definitely you should drink it then, because you're the hero.
That makes sense.
I'll
take it for both of us. Yes.
Okay.
So, okay, jalapenos. Yeah. How about the horns of an ox?
What about the horns of something magical?
Oh, what's something magical? I don't know very much.
I don't know, like, is it like unicorn?
Unicorns. Oh, that's the horses with the pointy bits in the... Yeah.
Yeah, right, and heroes ride horses. It's coming together.
Okay, all right. Jalapenos and unicorns, and well, you'll be mixing it together since I'm drinking it. What's the third ingredient?
Chocolate milk.
Milk makes bones strong, and I like chocolate.
Yeah.
It's like 2 ingredients in one.
I don't know if we have chocolate milk here, but I got some chocolate in my bag. There's like a half-melted candy bar. I'm sure that'll do.
I trust you. Of course. Do it.
We got this. Teamwork. Friendship.
So you take this like warm milk that's been in your bag since early morning.
No, chocolate. Oh, yeah, I guess it's milk too.
Yeah, you'd have milk with you too.
Whatever.
So you've got like this like warm day-old milk, this like half-melted bar of chocolate that you just like throw in with like this like powdered unicorn horn and some like roughly chopped jalapenos. So I like you're the one mixing it together. I kind of want to say that this is going to be a brains roll for you. To like get the right amount of these ingredients that something productive will happen.
Oh yeah, sure. This is gonna go really well.
2.
Can I use adversity tokens?
You
I
can
have
use
a lot.
as many as you want.
So I have a question. I have a thing where I gain 2 tokens when I fail a check. Does that mean
that's why you have so many.
All right, how many do I need to pass?
Well, it's the system isn't binary. The higher you do, the better you do.
Well,
This
I rolled
man's-
a 2, eh?
He's got so many tokens, he's like, how many do I need to pass? This guy's got money in the bank.
He does.
Yeah, I got a lot. You know what? I forgot to add tokens last session too, so these are all just from this session. I'm gonna put like, I don't know, 3, make it a 5.
You're guessing. I mean, they barely made their check on a 6, so I'll let you know that. So you probably want a fair amount.
Okay, let's do 5.
5. Okay, so you're gonna bring it up to a 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so a 7 is a 7 is pretty good. So what you'll do is so it's not great. It's someone that has mixed a similar potion to this before could probably like do these results with fairly good accuracy. It's not the end of the world. Like you're not going to get extra credit or anything out of this, but I mean you're Seiko. You just want to do the bare minimum. So yeah, he drinks it. And he goes green from head to toe for a moment, but you realize that's probably not the effects of the potion so much as the flavor. Before he finally settles back to his normal skin tone, but then he buffs up, kind of splitting his shirt a little bit, a horn sprouting from like the center of his forehead, and he's like a full-grown adult but with like a unicorn horn, and he's like the Rock levels of buff.
Psycho just like thumbs up, like, yeah, this should be good, right? And call the teacher over and be like, yeah, hey, look, we didn't light anything on fire this time.
This is pretty good. And he's like benching you and the desk. Sensei's like, yeah, that's pretty good. Pass for sure. Good job, Kenji, Seiko. Not quite enough for extra credit, but you did very well. Very well.
Seiko does like finger gun. She's like, yeah, we don't need extra credit.
Kenji holds out his massive fist. He's like, high five!
Seiko like do the same thing that she always does. Like,
why? Why?
Their weird signature handshake.
It's just like the slimy, just runs your hand down his. Yeah. All right. So, looking at the rest of the class and how well they've done, Kanashido and Sugimoto, you two butting head, little lightning bolts running between you two. He looks at you with a bit of a smirk, and he's like, "I think you should be the one to drink the potion, don't you?"
I don't trust you enough for that.
Well, what do you say? We settle this rock, paper, scissors, or pull the shortest straw?
But we both drink it at the same time.
Brew a double. He gets like really
Then we
close
both
to you,
have
like
to be.
uncomfortably, like you're like Eskimo kiss rubbing noses close. He's like, fine, drink it at the same time, Sugimoto.
Then neither of us can be dicks about it.
Or we both can.
Yeah, but I can't lose this handsome figure. Unlike you, but all right.
Fine. Legs of a dung beetle. Your turn.
Dust from the tusk of an elephant.
Okay. Fine. Who gets the last ingredient?
Well, we randomize it,
All right.
and I'll look and see how many there are. Like,
Oh,
how many? Like,
there's
probably tons. isn't there?
hundreds of ingredients. And every time you like look and shuffle bottles around, you swear you see new ones you didn't see 2 seconds ago. Why don't I flip a coin?
All right, but no magic bullshit on changing it.
No magic. You can even like detect for magic or however much you want.
I'll keep an eye out.
Okay. Roll a brains for me. 6. Okay, that's gonna be enough that you realize, like, when he pulls the coin out, he's not doing any magic, but you do get a quick glimpse at the coin, and you realize there's a heads on both sides.
Is he flicking it up in the air?
And he's like, he's about to flick it in the air, and he's like, call it in the air. And then just as he's about to do so, you see him exchange it with a different coin again. Almost like he wanted you to see it in the first place. And then he flicks it into the air.
So did I see what?
You didn't see what the second coin was, but you did see the first coin fairly clearly, and you're guessing it wasn't entirely by accident.
I'm gonna grab the coin out of midair.
Hey! You didn't call it.
I'm gonna inspect the coin.
It's tails on both sides.
And I'm gonna show it. So you're trying to cheat it now?
Huh. It's crazy the change they give you when you go get smokes these days.
Uh-huh. I saw the other one too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually gonna pocket this one.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and like write it on your character sheet. Coin with like trick coin. Fine. Kenji, flip a coin for us. You got it! He like reaches into his bag and like pulls out a coin. He's like, "Oh, wow!" Like hits the ceiling and then drops down. Like as it's dropping down though, call the high or low.
Oh, high or low? Go high.
All right, you get to choose,
I get to choose.
or you can choose for him to choose the ingredient. It's up to you.
So we have legs of a dung beetle.
Yeah, and
Basically ivory dust. Let's do
Cat whiskers.
So many cat whiskers.
no cat whiskers. We're going to do badger fur, like honey badger fur.
Honey badger fur. Okay. All right. So, mixing this together. So you're working together in this one. But he's like, obviously he was kind of working against you at the same time, almost like he didn't care if it was bad. I'm going to give you a brains roll to see if you can like suss out before you drink it just how bad it's going to be or good it's going to be. 9, not bad actually. Okay. It is, what are you envisioning this is going to turn you into? You're the one that did choose the majority of the ingredients.
Well, the thing with dung beetles is they're fucking strong.
They are, yes.
Especially their legs to lift things and up and everything. So I was expecting like some pretty beefiness. The elephant stuff was kind of getting like horns of some sort.
Okay.
And the honey badger fur was for like, because those things are tough as fuck. So I figured like just like a toughness to them. Like this person is just like, you can be shot and not have a problem sort of thing. Like just, you know what I mean? Like, so, or take venom, no problem.
You guys both like you both pick up like your parts of the potion. You brewed like a double or whatever, and Kanashida is like, down the hatch, and he like just slams it back. Are you doing the same?
She drank it?
Yeah.
I'll drink it.
Okay, you both transform, and you are just as burly as what Kenji turned into, except that you've got like fur and claws, and you're like these like bestial things with like, these big tusks jetting forward in front of you, and you're kind of terrifying looking, to be honest.
Nice.
And you've both like turned into these things, and bestial Kanashida is looking at you. He's like, "Good job."
It's turned out better than I thought.
The sensei comes over. He's like, not bad. Pass. Yeah, just pass. But really good. Well, all of you, well, most of you, it looks like at like the cinders in the corner where like the full corner of the classroom has just been like burnt to ashes. Most of you did pretty good today. Very, very good. Most of you did very, very good. For those of you that didn't, there will be opportunities to learn in the future, or fail. I'm not sure. But I dare say you did a decent job. I hope you have learned something today about following the instructions and a little bit about teamwork. Yes?
Yoshiko's still like flying all over the fucking classroom, like, yeah!
And Honey Badger Sugimoto is just gonna cross his arms and be like,
Seiko's part of like team friendship with Kenji, but she's like super low effort part of team friendship, you know?
With that, I think it is time that we end potions for now. It's a bit of a double class tonight. You're going to be working with another teacher for a while, if that is good. And you actually see that Sensei Sanaka comes in. Sensei Sanaka will be taking over. She will be assisting you in your defensive magics. Well, defensive, I say in quotes, not as practical as potions, I do say. But she'll be teaching you how to deal with battle situations in mass and dark things and anything that you do not want to have to deal with in proper society, where we would just be mixing potions all day. Sensei Sanaka.
Well, as they're cleaning up, like, can Yoshiko look at the random bottle that she used as like the third ingredient?
Sure.
You said it had like kind of like a weird like almost starry mix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say like fragments of a meteorite or fragments of a star.
Oh, that matches the theme. There you go. And by the time the class, like, you cleaned up and everything, all of you have like returned to your normal selves, and you feel like maybe like a touch fatigued from your transformations for those of you that transformed, but none the worse for wear, except for Mimi and Kazuo that are all both slightly singed. But Sensei Sanaka Sanaka just kind of goes and like does a bit of a healing thing over them as she walks in. Okay, so Sensei Sanaka comes in, and it's almost like the room instantly darkens a little bit, becomes a little bit quieter, a little more hushed. As she enters. Welcome, class. I am Sensei Sanaka. Defense against, well, all things shady and dark and evil. I do say that you're hopefully going to learn quite a lot from me. Would everyone please pack up your things and come with me to the woods? Thank you. And she leads you. You don't feel the shimmering as if you leave the spirit realm or anything. You actually are led through the twisting and turning hallways of your school, but it's not your school. Everything is saturated and vibrant and sort of twisted a little bit. Everything is a little off. Doorways are kind of tilted. Windows are streaming in different colors of light, and everything just seems a little bit off. There are entire rooms that are just filled with plants that have overgrown it. You're definitely still within the spirit realm, even though she leads you away from the building and outside. And she leads you deep within the woods. And these, you know, the woods behind the school. It's a fairly well-tended, forested area. It's not too overgrown or anything. But these are not those woods. These woods are deep and primal. You can feel a presence inside of these woods. You can feel something going on. She brings all of you out here, and she goes, one of the most important things you need to learn if you're going to protect yourselves from the terrible, and she seems to look off in the distance, horrifying evil things that exist out there. Things that will tear you apart limb from limb, disemboweling you, turning you inside and out before exsanguinating you, and then eating you whole, all while still alive. Sorry. One of the things you need to learn as students is to work in teams. You got a little taste of that today, but I think it's good if we get you to work in slightly larger teams. So we're going to have you go and do a little something in the forest here. Now, you learned some of the basics of battle magics yesterday, and some of the basics of defenses. The best way to practice is experience. So, everyone, non-lethal spells, of course. Any strike you do on the other team is worth 1 point. The first team to 10 points wins. And I have chosen your teams for you. And you can see that you guys are all on the same team with Kazuo. And then Kenji and Mimi are put with the trio over there as well. Kanashido's, he actually comes forward and he's like, yo, may the best team win. And may you not feel too bad when you lose.
Deko's like, yeah, same to you, and does finger guns,
So with that, they sort of blend and meld into the forest, moving off to some other section of it. And you guys also sort of move off to a different section of the forest. And that is moving yourselves in and kind of getting ready. So minus Kazuo, who's just kind of following along with you guys. They're not really impressed with what's going on. They're just whatever. I'll support you guys, but I don't really care. I'm not a leader. So you guys go into the forest, and basically you're set loose. Whatever you can do to find them, to hit them, hopefully with non-lethal spells, that is up to you. So we're going to start out with Yoshiko. You're the first one to react. You're still feeling a little juiced, a little primed from before. And you're there with your group looking off into the forest, wondering where the other team went. Yoshiko, what would you be doing as the first person to sort of get prepped and react?
Yoshiko has been thinking about, now that she's been in at least one, if not multiple situations, where she could get seriously hurt. Whether it be magical or non-magical, and so she pulls out her wand with confidence that it still lingers from the potion, and tries to cast a shielding spell to make almost like a halo body shield around everyone.
Okay, all right. So you're doing you want to do a shielding spell, and you want to do it around your team, around the whole team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Concentrate on all of them having their own be shield.
Not going to be an easy spell. I'm going to let you know now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so this would be, I would say it's a grit.
Okay.
So magical grit. So you're working on shielding everybody. Ooh. Okay, and you get your magic die with that as well. Maybe it'll explode a bunch of times. I don't know. Okay. So that's going to be a 5 for you, I believe.
Yes, because I get +1 magic on my grit.
Okay. All right. So you snap your wand out to protect everybody. And as you do so, there's like a bit of a sparkle just for a moment around the group, which then just kind of like shatters and kind of like lays upon the ground. It looks like it worked, but only for the briefest of moments. You weren't able to extend it and actually keep that level of energy up. So Seiko, seeing Yoshiko trying to protect all of you, but not quite having enough energy to like maintain it. Looking into the forest, you know that somewhere out there is the other group waiting for you, gunning for you, possibly searching for you. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, Seiko's got like wind powers. Maybe she can like cloak herself in wind to like, you know, dampen the noise of like movement, you know, maybe hide in a tree or something.
Okay.
The first time she's hidden in a tree, right?
Okay, and this is just on yourself, right?
Yeah, just on me. Sorry, everybody else. Look, we have to get hits. She's gonna ambush them and get a whole bunch of hits. It's easy. Hit the whole team with one spell.
Okay.
That's her plan.
All right. That makes sense. So in this case, I would also say that is actually, I'd say that's probably a flight at this point. Maneuvering yourself into a tree, being sneaky, stuff like that. And it's magic, of course. You get your magic die.
Okay. My broom says I get +1 to flight. Is that for magic?
The broom?
Yeah, I don't know where.
Let's see here. Since cool under
It says mechanical
bolting, you get a +1 to all flight checks. Yeah, okay, yeah, that should apply actually.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I can roll my flight and then my magic and then also get a +1?
Yeah.
Oh, this should be pretty good.
Oh. Okay, so far so good.
So 14?
Okay, yeah, especially since that's just on yourself. That is pretty damn good, actually. Let's do this. Okay, I'll just put that on for now. So you see Seiko just like explain what you do. Like, just narrate what you do as you like wave your wand around and the wind whips up.
So, like, she saw how Yoshiko tried to, like, you know, encase everybody in, like, a shield, and she was like, what if I just did that, but with wind and only on myself, because low effort? And so she, like, just, she's, like, standing there, but it's, like, a Seiko-shaped blur, and it's all just, like, wind around her, kind of, and she just, like, jumps into a tree.
All right.
Like, peace sign jumps into a tree. She's like, alright, I'm gonna go hide, you know, I'll stick near you guys.
So your like presence is softened and you've got like the ability to sort of like get into the trees easy. And yeah, there's rustling all around, which is helping to soften the noise because of the rustling leaves and everything. I like it. Okay. So Ukyo, you've seen everything that's gone on. Seiko just kind of yeets herself up into the trees there. What do you think you should do in this situation? You still have no idea where the other team is.
He's got his head in his books. He's like reading, probably not even looking where he's walking right now. And then he's going to try and cast a tracking spell. Because I'm just going to hope maybe if he was lucky enough, the girl that he was doing like the potions with, since they were so close to each other, maybe her like a part of her hair, you know, is on his outfit or something. Because, you know, the hair falls so easily. And you can use that for a tracking spell.
Okay, so you're trying to track Maboshia, or Maboshia. All right. So you are. I would say this is probably brains, magical, of course.
Damn it!
two on a D20. Let's move this here so we can see it properly.
I don't know how to roll for brains, so I just did a random D20. Really.
Yeah, you get a D4 as well for the magic.
Okay. All right.
And I believe you have a +1.
I get
+1 magic.
+1 to brain. Yeah. To brain checks.
5. Okay. So, you like you take your wand, you take like you got like a strand of hair out that you managed to like procure at one point, and it sort of like disintegrates as you like cast it forward, taking your wand, and you do this like spark of magic, hoping this is like tendril will go out and sort of tell you the direction that she's in, but instead it just kind of like spurts and sputters in front of you, and the hair just goes poof, and it's gone.
Why? I shouldn't be as bad as Yoshiko. And he just like looks through it and starts going through his book some more and just like glum, you know, like that whole like dark cloud over him.
You hear like a bit of the squelching coming from your side satchel as like your familiar looks out, and he's just like, I think maybe you should have used more than one hair. Maybe try that next time, huh?
That's a fair point. And he starts writing it down on then on a piece of paper or something.
Sugimoto. So you've seen a degree of successes and not successes amongst your team. Somewhere out there is the other team. What do you think you would do?
Knowing I like to be playing with fire lately, I'm gonna try and build a firewall.
Okay, so just like a wall all the way around you guys, or like a straight wall?
I'm gonna start with the straight wall.
Straight wall. Okay. All right. So a big old straight wall. Let's see here. What do we got? How big do you want this wall?
Let's go a good like 60 feet long by like 30 feet high.
Oh my. Okay. So
big wall.
And how long do you want this to last for?
5 minutes.
A few minutes. Okay.
Yeah. Nothing crazy.
All right. So 2
big ass firewall. Nothing crazy.
9, 10, and you've never cast this before. All right, not going to be easy. Not going to lie, it's quite a large spell. But we are going to say that this is probably going to be. It's pretty offensive in nature, being a big wall of fire. I'm going to say probably a fight.
Okay.
And it's magical, so you add your D4 as well as any magic bonuses you have on fight. Oh shit, so 15... 17. Oh, that is enough, actually. That is pretty good. You actually needed a 15. Yeah, you succeed by more than enough. That you get this nice solid wall of fire. Describe to me what this fire looks like and does to this forest as you create it.
So, like, the flames kind of come from my hand, and they shoot forward, and then they just start spreading both sides into this giant wall, like both sides and up and all that, like, and just create this giant wall of fire, and it's just burning everything that's there. Like, the trees are there, it's catching the trees on fire. Like, I'm just no regard for it. I'm just like, all right, bro. Like, yeah. No regard. You get there's like a little flick of flame to the side that you see from your lighter, and you're just like, your familiar actually pops out for a second. He's in, and the little dragon's like, oh yes, honey, you've done so good. And yeah, your little dragon seems to be happy with that. So this is they are doing their things coming in. So Seiko, you're the only one that can see past this like roaring wall of fire right now, as the rest of the group seems to be like hidden behind it.
Okay.
And that is when you actually initially see coming from like not quite the side, but like, yeah, you coming from the distance, you actually see Kenji and Utaru actually sort of trying to sneak amongst the bushes. You don't think you would have saw them if you didn't have your vantage point that you do.
Okay.
So Seiko, what you being the first to see them, what we're gonna say that it makes sense for you to react first. What would you do in this situation?
I'm probably too far away to like actually. Actually, can I like communicate with the team mentally? Can I like cast a spell to like just send a message to one person that's down there? Like,
it's kids on brooms. The answer is always yes.
Okay, yeah, cool. I don't know who's our best fighter. Sugimoto?
Obviously.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then I'm gonna. I don't know, man. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
you saw Yoshiko take a death bolt to the shoulder at one point, and
Exactly. It's a toss up between. I almost killed I almost killed Kazuo in the first section. It's a toss up, man. All right. Yeah. Sugimoto is the oldest. He's probably like the leader of the group or whatever. I'll like cast a spell to be like, hey, I see Udaru and Kenji, and like, can I maybe send like a mental picture?
okay, all right. So this is so mental spell. We're going to say this is a magical brains roll because you've never done a spell like this before.
Sure. This is gonna go well.
You guys are not getting the exploding dice at all today.
No.
Okay.
That's a 5.
Bends the rules of reality. So that alone is 5. Single person 3. Yeah, you definitely did not hit it. So you try to like whisper along the wind, trying to send off the like along the wind, you're trying to send this message, hoping that the whisper will reach Sugimoto. But the heat from the roaring flames is disrupting the air so much in the area that you're having a hard time channeling it because you're not used to that element.
Right. Okay.
And so it goes in and you're just like the whisper, you just like, they're there, and all of a sudden like, and it's gone. So Yoshiko, you're standing behind these like roaring flames. You don't know Kenji and Udaru are there per se, but you're not exactly sure where the other group is. What would you try this time? What do you think would be helpful for the group?
So, Yoshiko's shields failed. And at that moment, she's like, the only thing I've succeeded at was that magical girl potion, but she doesn't want to use it.
Okay.
She is going to look at her wand again and say, but if I can become it, it's not the potion, it's in me. I got this.
Okay.
And she's going to turn the wand on herself and try to just reach for the feeling. Surrounded by the flame, she's going to reach for that feeling and see if she can transform back into the magical girl. Try
to become the Meteor Phoenix yourself. Okay. I'm going to give you a choice here on what we were to roll for this. It can either be grit, of you just trying to like power through this and like this is your thing, or I would actually allow charm because it is the personality that you're doing this with to be like, it's magical girl. It's kind of part of its theme, right?
Yeah, reaching into the inner confident phoenix inside her.
Yeah.
Yeah, charm works for me.
Okay, and it would be magical roll, of course.
Yeah, so let's roll that first.
Oh.
I like that. Let's roll the magic. I like that.
15. Okay. All right. And so this is so bends the rules of reality. Let's say breaks the rules of reality. So that's one person. That's 10. How long were you hoping this would last? Just a few minutes, or are you like stretching it closer to an hour?
I'm trying to hold it as long as I can. In fact, so much so that I'm going to add an adversity point to make it 16.
Well, you can wait until I let you know if you want, whether it succeeds or not. It's up to you.
I mean, the better anyway, right?
Okay. So you've got choices like a few minutes, an hour, a day, a week. Permanent.
An hour. An hour.
Okay, an hour. So that's 12, and I'm going to count you as having cast this before. I'm going to say that the potion was.
Yeah.
So we're going to say it's a 1. So yeah, you needed a 13, and you got 16, I believe.
Yes. 16.
So that is very effective, actually. So yeah, you see. Describe to the others what suddenly happens as Yoshiko like takes this power in herself.
She points the wand at herself to like try and draw that phoenix, like confident phoenix power back out. And as she does, the fire shield like comes in closer to them, and some of it draws into her as she glows and gets that transformation, that outfit back again with everything, the whole flare, and the circlet and everything like that. This time her wand changing into a shield. like an arm shield.
Oh, badass. I like it. Yes. So yeah, Yoshiko's just like suddenly like slams this like the end of this like heater shield, and I'm assuming it's got like the Phoenix emblem or something on it.
Yeah. And like every time she uses it, it goes.
It's awesome. All right. So yeah, see there's this roaring thing of fire in front of her. Seiko's off being fucking Naruto ninja in the trees or something. Yoshiko's suddenly become like super badass transformation. So Ukyo, you're standing there with a worm and a book. What are you doing?
Crying on the inside. Oh god, magic's my weakness.
You're like the one that wants to be the overachiever and you're struggling the most.
Exactly. It's like, oh god, I don't know what to do. He's gonna like look to like Sugimoto, and he's just gonna like, he's gonna want to like cast. I don't know. Oh god, he thinks Sugimoto right now is like one of the toughest ones here. Like if it comes down to a fight, he wants Sugimoto to be able to like take some hits. Maybe he wants to like do a special protective shield just around Sugimoto.
Okay, so like a protective shield of some kind.
Yeah, I would say like a purple kind of like magic-y star shield.
Okay, all right. So you wanna like cover him in like this like force field type thing around him.
Wait, can I change that?
Yeah, of course. You haven't done it yet.
Give him like the Arthur sword. For the story of Merlin, give him a giant magical sword.
Do you just want to like summon like this like legendary sword from nowhere?
Yeah.
Since you have ties to fucking Merlin, since like your ancestor was Merlin's brother.
Exactly.
So yeah, okay. So you're like, yeah, going back to my ancestors. Let's see here. So this is we're gonna say bends the rules of reality. So it's 5. It's a smaller item, so that's not too bad. So it's 6. How long do you want this to like actually stay around? A few minutes, an hour?
I'll go for an hour.
An hour, okay.
Because we don't know how long this battle's gonna last.
You are trying to summon something from nowhere. I'm gonna say it's a brains at this point. I'll let it be a brains. As you're trying to figure out methodically the route and ritual for like summoning something. You've been reading all night on that primer book that you had. So it would be brains. You get your magic roll on it. If you have any bonuses, add those. And of course, if you, as usual with the custom rule, if you make it a super special, crazy anime maneuver, you get the extra thing.
No! And I got +1 to brains, so it's just 12.
12 is what you needed.
Yeah!
It's exactly what you needed. So it is enough that you just... so describe to me what happens, how you pull this sword forth.
Oh my god, yeah, I would say it's like the old Disney style, where like all these sparkles start like bling, 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 around this like one spot right near Sugimoto, and then a sword just slowly like appears, like opacity goes from like 0 to like 100 over time. Just it's right there, like floating above the ground for Sugimoto to wield.
All right, you have a spawned item, Sugimoto, like right next to you. So as we get over to your turn,
I'm gonna look and be like, so I know this was from him, right?
Yeah, it was obvious that he cast this spell and like brought it forth towards you and stuff.
All right, I'll pick it up.
Yay!
And I wonder how good I am with a sword.
And even as you pick up the sword, you can hear the words whisper to you, Excalibur. Yeah, and there's no it's like this system doesn't have like proficiencies or skills or anything. It's just based off of your stats and whatnot, and you've got a pretty damn good fight. So I'm think you'd be decent.
I'm gonna do one of those cool like anime like spin it around like I'm a pro and just like ching at the end.
There's like sparkles around around Ukyo, like, yeah, I did it.
You hear like the item acquired sound.
Hold it above your head. Woo! All right. So that that's not like your action or anything. You just like picked up a sword.
No. Yeah. So wait, we're actually in a. Sorry, I must have been AFK for the actual description.
Oh yeah, you were set as two teams in the forest. Every time you can deal some sort of like damage to the other team, non-lethal. She's stressed. You get a point. First team to 10 points wins. She's
All right.
stressed non-lethal. Of course, that was stressed before, so you know.
Give me a sword and you say non-lethal in a
Sword's
non-lethal.
non-lethal. I swear.
I'm gonna say that's your fire.
Okay. So we kind of see them through the fire,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to try and use like.
Actually, I could show the audience what you're seeing. I could be smart. There we go.
Try and like use the force to like throw the sword at Uduru.
I thought we on the ground couldn't see.
You don't know they're there. Only Seiko knew
Oh.
that they were there. You guys don't know that Uduru and Kenji are there. Seiko tried to tell you, but unfortunately wasn't able to pass that message on. Now, that's not
Okay.
saying you couldn't just launch the sword blind ass into the forest and like have it try to hunt or seek one of the other people. I mean, it's air magic. You can try anything. You just don't know they're there, so it'll be a little harder.
You know what? I am gonna try and use my sword as like a seeking item. I'm gonna try and make it seek. Shit, what's his name? My
Kanashido?
douchebag partner from the
Kanashido. Okay, so you're having it go in, and you're specifically trying to seek out Kanashido.
I'm gonna make it do like hilt end first, so that it doesn't just
Okay, all right.
like go through his skull if it finds him.
Okay, not gonna be easy. Not gonna be easy. You're doing this blind. You've never done anything like this before, but and I would say this is a fight because you are actively trying to like just chuck the sword and hit somewhere in the forest, and it is magic, of course.
But I do want it to return.
Assuming the
So
spell
like hit
works.
them and turn around. Yeah.
Assuming the spell works, yeah. So it's you get the roll, you get the D4, and then of course if you do the full like anime long named spell attack technique thing, you get the D6.
He's going full out with this. This is like like he's like got his hands in front of him with the sword, and he's just like, I need you to seek, and he's just kind of, you know how like if you like the whole scenery just goes away
Okay.
when he's doing it, and he's kind of floating there, and he's just like, and then he turns it, and it's kind of pointing towards himself. He's like, seek, and it darts away from him.
Okay. All right. And
Yeah.
so do you want to? You said you wanted to do full out, like you want to do like the anime technique thing. So what is this like big convoluted anime technique name that you give it as you like launch it away?
I'm terrible with names.
It's the only requirement I have for the extra D6. You got to be like super something
and-
attack.
Yeah, then never mind. I'm terrible at that. We'll just roll it.
Okay. All right. So you get your magic die, which is the D4. You get your fight die, which is whichever your fight die is, and then if you have any magic bonuses.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Do you have any magic bonuses? A 2,
Yeah, I have 2.
actually. Okay. So
6,
8, 9.
Probably not. I'll use my 3 adversity tokens.
Bringing it to a 12.
Yeah.
That is what you needed. All right. So just with that extra sheer willpower that you have, channeling the energy into the sword going through, you describe to me what happens as you launch the sword through like the wall of fire as it darts into the woods.
So, yeah, it leaves me, and like you said, launches through the wall of fire. When it does that, the wall of fire kind of does like the spiral. You know, like if something went through it, like a jet engine kind of spiral through.
Okay.
And then it reflames up completely. But then the sword's like moving around, and then just kind of stops, turns, and darts towards Kaneshito. And
Alright.
like bonks him hard on the head, and then with the hilt of the blade.
Okay.
And then turns it around and comes back to me.
So it bonks him on the head, and it was a surprise attack as well because he was not expecting this to come out of nowhere, which I have written as you get 2 points for it. Sort of like double taps him. So yeah, the sword like goes through, and I'm gonna say like even though like it's not giving you any scrying to it or anything like that, you still kind of see like in your mind's eye as you follow this sword like a brief flash for Kanashido there, and it seems that Mimi seems to be with him. And it just it hits him, like bounds off a tree, comes back, hits him in the head again, and then like flies back on like these flames coming through and extinguishing itself right as it like lands back into your grasp, right in the palm.
One of those, like as it gets to me, I'm gonna do one of those grasps as it's like kind of flying by me, but like grasp pointing out, and then come back and just bring it towards my chest and like. Pointing like it's pointing up, but my hands are at my chest. Like,
So as you do that, Kanashido, you can hear him pissed in the distance, and he yells, "Ura, Kanji, get rid of the flames!" And these two are actually going to be working together to try and cast a spell to extinguish this wall of fire so they can move in on you. So I am going to say, Sugimoto, since it's your spell, it's going to be a grit roll from you to try and hold on to this spell as they're trying to dispel it.
Is there a way I can help him with that? Because I had drawn the shield in closer to us.
Oh, right. Yes, because of your shield thing, I would say you could, actually. So what I'll do is I'll let you both roll your grit and magic.
Okay.
And we're going to add it all together in this case, because they're doing the same thing, basically.
Oh, I explode.
Finally. Jesus. I figured the D4s would be coming up a lot more.
I exploded too.
Oh, man. Okay, so, that is a lot of numbers. 18. Okay, that is redonkulously good, yeah. So you see Ururu and Kenji, like, you can barely see their forms on the other side as they actually, like, approach your flames, doing their best to, like, squash it down, and Sugimoto and Yoshiko just kind of like... Yoshiko, how did you come in and, like, assist him, per se?
As they're like trying to get rid of it, and like Sugimoto's starting to put power into it, she like floats up, and like her own flames reach out to it to like strengthen it.
Okay, all right. So like dual firepower here as it goes through, and then that's channeling through. They if anything, the flames are even like more expansive and larger than they used to be. And that's when you actually also hear Kanashido yell, "Mabushia, no!" And Seiko, you're not the only one in the trees. She doesn't seem to have noticed you, but Mabushia is also in the trees, and it looks like she's charging some sort of electrical attack to rain down on your friends from up above.
She's in the trees?
Yeah, she's right near you, but it doesn't look like she's noticed you're up there with her.
Oh, okay. She's aiming at everybody, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I guess I'll go for her then. I was gonna sneak attack on the other two, but I'll go for her. She's just on a branch? Could I, like... I don't know... break the branch from under her?
Yeah, sure. Some sort of like wind
just fucking a big
blade.
ass gust of wind that like either pushes the branch full off or like tries to knock her off the whatever she's on.
Okay, all right. I like it. And you've kind of done something like this before. So let's see here. One single person, instantaneous. And you've cast it before. It's not too bad for you, actually. We're gonna say it's a fight roll, and it's magic.
All right, magic fight. Let's go.
5, 6, 7, and that's actually enough.
Oh, nice. Okay, then yeah.
because it's just, you've done something similar to this before. It's something that can naturally happen. It's instant, so it was actually a pretty easy spell. So as you go through, she's like charging, and you see like a grin, and she's like a little bit of a cackle from the forest. The rest of you start to hear it but don't know what's going on, when all of a sudden you're like whoosh, like knocking her ass like out of the trees onto the ground, and technically scoring yourselves another point, bringing yourselves to 3.
Does that count as a sneak attack?
That's part of the reason it was easier. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Okay,
it would be 2 points. She didn't know you were there.
Yeah,
that
she didn't notice me. Yeah.
That is right. Yeah. Here, let's up that bit. So you actually are up to 4 points now. They haven't scored a single thing against you. Kanashito, in his anger, he's going to go up, and he's doing something to only Seiko can really see this at the moment because of the roaring flames that are here. But Seiko, you see Kanashito doing something to Mimi before suddenly tossing her over the flames.
Oh.
And what lands... yeah, it's pretty high. What lands is like Mimi is larger and beastly, like covered in fur with 2 ivory tusks.
Wait, how did he get more?
I know, right?
Oh.
It's almost similar to a certain potion that was made. And then Mimi comes into probably... Oh, let's see.
As he's throwing her up in the air, like over the fire, and I see that, could I just like try and push her back with wind? Like, you know what I mean? Like just like a nope.
I had your reaction with Maboshia at the time, so I'm gonna say at this point it's her getting over. Okay. We're gonna say that she heads in directly at Yoshiko though. As this big like bestial thing comes in, just like, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna try and help block this, since Yoshiko helped me with the flames.
Mm-hmm. Well, she had like the magical protections. She had her magical protections up, so the only way you could really assist at this point would be with diversity tokens.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got like the shield, the wand that turned into a shield on my arm.
Yeah, that was the point of your spell. So yeah, she's coming in to try and basically like claw at you, and these are like, or sorry, not claw, gore you with the ivory tusks, and they look sharp. They don't look non-lethal per se. So I'm gonna say this is. What would you like to do to defend? Sorry, how would you want to defend against this?
I think she doesn't want to hurt Mimi. With Mimi charging at her, I think she would try to like jump over her.
Okay, all right. So just with the use of like magic, or are you just trying to do like a flip?
Yeah. With the use of like the confident phoenix power, like flares out from the dress and lets her like float and fly over her.
Okay, all right. I like it. So yeah, that would be. I would say that's probably a flight. What do you got for flight? Okay. Oh, you're pretty good at flight, actually. And of course, it's magic.
And I get a +1 on my magic to that too. That's aces.
8 instant, so no extra there. And
okay, so that is 9.
And don't forget your magic die, the D4.
Oh, yeah.
10. Great.
11.
11, even better. Perfect. Okay, you are able to easily do so. Sort of like jumping up over her. She comes in. She's kind of like slides along the ground, like the tusks like burrowing up like some roots and dirt and everything instead.
Beautiful.
All right. So we go back to your guys doing shit because their coordinated a plan didn't work out so well. So Seiko.
How close are like the 3 or the 4 that are on the other side of the wall together? Like fairly close.
I'd say Mabashia and Kenji and Ururu are probably pretty close to each other. Kanashiro is kind of off to the side by himself.
I try and hit the three of them with like. Remember that first magic that I used against Kazuo where I wanted to like just fucking yeet him and send him flying?
Okay.
Can I like do that like since they're all close together? Like just big ol' like blow them away from the flames or whatever?
Yeah, so similar to what you just did to Mabashia, but bigger anyways. So you've done this similar before. Okay, so let's see here. So this is going to be a bit harder because it's multiple people, but instant. Still not too bad, all things considering. I would say this is a. You're just. Are you just trying to knock them away to create room, or are you actually trying to knock them down to see if you can like batter them up and hurt them a bit?
I want to score points.
You want to score points? So that would be a fight in that case.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fight and then magic as well.
And magic as well. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Can I use some adversity tokens on that?
You can, because right now you're not succeeding.
Yeah, that's a 5. Can I use... Would I succeed if I used 3 tokens?
You would succeed if you used 3 tokens, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use 3 tokens then and just knock all 3 of them.
All right, yeah. I can take this off of her. So in that case...
Actually...
Yeah?
Can I... So when I knocked Mabashia out of the tree, can I have sent her, like, at them, like, bowling pins, basically? Like, just try and knock them all down, like...
Okay, so you want to kind of, like, combo the two actions together. So as you knocked her down, it was, like, the gust that, like, pushed her in, and then that's what ends up hitting all 3 of them. I like it. I like it. Oh, yeah, sure. So describe to me exactly what happens here. She's knocked down.
Oh, okay. So Seiko's, like, in the tree, and she's, like... getting herself all like prepared. She's ready. She's like Mabashi is like getting ready to like do whatever, right? And she's like, Seiko family ultimate technique, and just fucking blasts Maboshia out of the whatever, and she's like bowling ball style, just fucking sends her right at Kenji and Udaru's legs, and like she rolls right under them. They both go like fucking ass up into the air, like 10 feet, land on their heads or whatever. Like,
well, if you've got the super fancy technique thing, do you want to roll add an extra d6 onto that?
Okay, sure. Does this one explode as well?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And it
did. I got a 9.
Oh my god.
Okay. You and these extra...
Can I just also add my adversity tokens? Like, we'll just save that? I don't know. Like, or can I keep those?
It's up to... well, you spent your adversity tokens, so you're at the 8, but then you got this. So that's a 17. Way above what you needed.
Okay, yeah.
So you got, like, you already had your points from Mabashia the first time, but you get extra points as she like bowls into them. So you're gonna get 3 extra points scored for your team, and none of the rest of you notice this because there's the roaring flames or anything like that. But Seiko, from your vantage point, as she hits the ground, you hear a bit of a sickening thud and a crack.
Oh. Seiko's just kind of like cringes a little bit, like, ooh, didn't mean to like put that much effort into that.
Because you beat by, you were 1 point shy of just killing her.
Seiko accidentally lethal. Apparently, every episode I almost kill someone.
Yeah. So she's not in a good condition right now. But yeah, she got points out of it. So that's the important bit.
Yeah, she's just gonna like kind of reposition because she just made a bunch of noise up in the trees where she was. She's gonna like try and get away from there a little bit, maybe move somewhere else. But otherwise, that's kind of what she's doing.
So you like bound off to like a different tree or whatever. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kazuo, he's every once in a while he's like slinging some bolts at them through the fire, but he doesn't seem to be very effective with it. He's just like doing the equivalent of like magic missile. He's like, go missile, nope, go missile, nope. And they're having issues with it. It doesn't look like they are very good at magic. You're not entirely sure why they're here. Yoshiko, you're the next one to sort of react here. So you've got like the fire, the beast, everything around you.
Yoshiko looks back at Mimi, looks forward at the wall of flame, and her eyes almost like glow with flame. And she says, "I'm sick of this." And she grabs onto the flame wall and tries to shift it around them, like make it like a ring that traps them in, and then she wants to close it in on them.
Oh, cool. You'll be able to get these 3, but you like Kanash those too far to the side, you think, unless you want to really go for that big area.
I want to go for that big area. I want to go over the top.
Okay.
I want this to be like feel my full flame, just yeah.
All right. So let me get a difficulty here. So you're just trying to circle the flame and then have it like wash over them, type of thing.
Yeah, she's like grabbing onto the flame and like having it like move and like shift to like become like a ring around them, and then like close it.
It's a large area. It's instant. And you've never cast this particular spell before. Okay, pretty difficult, not impossible, but pretty difficult. And let's see here. Normally, I want to say this is a fight, but because you've got your magical girl transformation up, I will let you use charm in its place.
Sick.
Because of being like the magical girl being like magic power.
And do I get the D6 for the special move?
I did hear you say the special move stuff, so yeah, go ahead and do the D6 with it too. 9, 10, 11. You are a few short. Does anyone have any adversity tokens that would like?
I actually, if I could, I'm going to wave my wand and try and help her, and use an adversity token that gives a +2 because of my skill, my loyalty.
Oh yeah!
Yeah. So I'm using my adversity token and giving you a +2 to that roll because I'm loyal. B, I'm loyal.
Yes.
I'm your simp.
Ukyo best support. Let's go.
That little bit extra is exactly what you needed. That brings you just to the number that you needed to do this. As this, describe. This is going to get you 4 points. So, like, describe to me how you win this match with the fire.
Yeah, she like grabs onto the fire and like you see it start to push out. And she says, "Feel my flame!" It like wraps around in a circle, and you see it like cages over the top of them. And then she says, "It just like starts to shrink into them till it's like tight till they're just feeling the flames."
Oh my gosh, yeah. And then there's like the bing 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 as like it like goes off, and suddenly your transformation, Mimi's transformation, the fire, even the sword, like all of it just sort of disappears. Seiko's like slowly lowered to the ground as the teacher, the sensei, actually comes out. Doesn't seem to show much emotion at all, although she does go up to Mabashia and just kind of like nudges her with her foot. And you didn't realize it was magic at first until all of a sudden there's like a little bit of like a crack again, and she wakes up and sort of groans to the side, like stiff, sore, barely able to get up on her own. Uduru actually ends up helping her out, helping her up. You all did very well. I'm pointing to you, of course. The rest of you, Kanashito, your team, I dare say you were a little lacking, not a single point. But I guess we'll have to shake it up next time. But I dare say all of you, Sugimoto, Yoshiko, Kazuo, Ukyo, Seiko, you're not going to get any extra homework. You're going to get extra credit instead. That was a flawless victory.
Can we take homework as well?
Shut up.
Yeah, no, I did not score 5 points just to have more homework.
She's like, I'll show you the reading if you want to review it. I understand I was very similar to you, Ukyo, in my past. Just more competent.
He's just gonna have like that dark, purple over his head again, like
Seiko's gonna like nudge him and be like, I think she's talking shit.
She leads you all back into the classroom, making sure everyone's like no one's like dying or anything, since one of you did come pretty close actually, and then the rest of them got some pretty bad burns, all things considered, but nothing lethal or serious, as close as it was. Nothing that ended very badly, and so she goes in and says, yes, you all did very well today. You'll be getting extra credits, and extra credits, well, let's just say they're going to go a long way when it comes to you finally finishing your years here and getting out into the world of magic. I dare say you could go some places the better you earn here. Keep it up, those of you that are doing well, and those of you that are, and she looks at Kazuo, that are here at least. Tomorrow you'll be tested an even greater amount. Sensei Omai, I believe, has something extra special planned for you, so get good rest, prepare yourselves, and after he's done with you, if you need counsel from Sensei Yasukai, I dare say she'll be around. Club dismissed.
Yeah, Kaneshito, you might need some extra help there.
I would have done better if I'd have been stuck with those weaklings.
I mean, means you're on the right team.
He you can almost hear the teeth cracking, and he's just like, and he says nothing and then just leaves the room. And with that, Mabashia, Utaru, they kind of fall in step behind him. Although you do see both Mabashia and Utaru kind of give glances behind them to the rest of you for a moment before they do so.
Yoshiko gives like a nice happy wave and the piece to Utaru.
Ukyo would get up almost quickly because he wanted to check on Mabashia, but then he decides to just let her go and sits back down. Because he's heard that crack right when she got brought back up, so it's concern.
Yeah, she's limping a bit. Although Kaneshito's not helping her whatsoever. Utaru is sort of helping her walk along and whatnot. She's limping. She's had a day.
No, poor her, Mabushia.
And with that, we are going to bring High School Spell Club to a close on Tuesday as you all leave exhausted. You've had a day. Some of you have done astounding. Some of you did pretty good still. No one really failed completely. You all did pretty good because none of you were with Kazuo. So it was it was all pretty good. But yeah, that is where we're going to leave it for today. So thank you everyone for joining again for Akuno High School Spell Club. And once again, to remind everybody, this is a stream of content creators and streamers. Their information is in the doobly-doo below, both for this live stream as well as in the future for when I've got the edited version of this up, which should be, hopefully, I release them on the same week that they go live, so we'll see. But yeah, check them out. Check out all their stuff. They all stream and do content creation and various things in various mediums, which is all pretty cool. So check it out. And of course, for me, if you're on my YouTubes, which you are, if you're watching this, please subscribe, dingle my bell, all of those things. I could really use the few extra people just to give me that skosh closer to getting to that monetized mark and getting a little bit chunkier, getting a little bit bigger in a good way. So thank you everyone for joining. And as always, stay healthy, stay safe, have a good one.